Welcome to a very brief lesson on the art of calligraphy. This lesson will be for students who are interested in learning about handwriting that our forefathers used. This is a very stylish type of letter writing, and through a lot of practice it can become your own style as well. First, I'm going to go over some of the important tools that you'll be using in this type of handwriting. Our founding fathers would use a quill pen similar to this, and I'm going to describe the tip of the pen, which is most important. You'll see that it is an angle, and I'm also going to show as well with a common turkey feather. Any type of bird feather can be used. A turkey feather is very suitable because of the long shaft here, and it can absorb quite a bit of ink. When you have a feather such as this, you'll cut the tip at a 45 or 60 degree angle. And then also, too, you'll put a slight slit right here at the top. It's very important that when you're using a feather, not to have these very small, very lightweight down feathers absorbed into the ink. I'll demonstrate with this quill and this. Now, many students will notice that when you're writing at times that a feather pen has a tendency to spit. And this is very common. If you'll notice some important documents in U.S. history as well, there can be some spattering of ink on the paper, which is very common, and it's attributed to the structure of the quill pen and also dipping into the ink. I'm also going to be demonstrating with other types of pens too. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to be using a metal tip. It's got a chisel point on it, and that way you'll see that you can get different curves when you're writing an alphabet. This takes practice. So notice that when I'm doing a letter, at times I'm turning and I'm shifting my pen as such, and that's to indicate some different thicknesses in the lines when you have the letter. It's very important, too, that when you're first starting off with calligraphy, not to draw the letter. So through practice, you'll be able to have the flow of the writing, and that's very important. So such as when you're learning cursive writing, you first start off with getting a right angle. It's the same thing in doing calligraphy as well. So have your work flow. And then also, too, once you do that, you can start to embellish your letters, and then it becomes fun while you're writing these, and then you also incorporate your own style. Now, there are various styles of lettering. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm using copperplate, which is a very traditional style of writing in documents, particularly in 17th and 18th century. And also, too, there's script. Now notice this pen that I'm using here, which I can also put different bits on it. And for this type of style pen, script is very appropriate. It's a very thin type of writing, very delicate. Now notice that when I'm writing, too, after I dip my pen into the inkwell, I like to keep a little piece of scrap paper on the side here just to get off excess ink, which also makes a neater appearance on the final document as well. Some other things that you can use when you're doing calligraphy writing is also have a very wax seal type of look on an envelope that could be used for correspondence. This is done very, very commonly on important documents. This can be purchased at any store, a wax seal melted onto the envelope, and then the insignia is placed as such. For the lesson purposes, too, when people are just starting out, it's very handy to have a piece of lined paper placed underneath the paper that you're writing with so that you can have a template and your writing can be presented in an even fashion. Also, if you'd like to, you can draw lines on the paper very lightly with a pencil, and then after the ink dries, you can erase it. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of calligraphy, and keep practicing. and I'm sure you'll enjoy this very, very interesting technique of handwriting. Thank you.